back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. For today's video, I have partnered up with Plum BodyLovin to share with you guys 10 affordable perfumes that would make you smell like luxury. Now, I have to start off by saying that this was by far the easiest yes that I've done for any brand partnership because you guys know how obsessed I am with Plum BodyLovin, their fragrances, their ranges. I've been loving them for a while and you guys have seen me through it, so this was a no-brainer for me. But secondly, let me quickly break down for you what I mean when I say smell like luxury because I know it can be a little confusing. So when I say smelling like luxury, I mean having notes, complex notes in your perfumes or complex note pairings in your perfumes that are not readily available, and of course it has to be pretty long lasting as well. So I've kept all of those pointers in mind while picking out these perfumes, and I've also kept it pretty affordable because smelling good shouldn't always be very expensive, and that's the whole idea of this video. So yes, without any further ado, if you want to know 10 amazing perfumes that will make you smell like luxury, so whenever you walk out everyone's gonna ask you what perfume are you wearing, then please keep on watching. Let's start off with my most recent obsession and the newest launch from Plum BodyLovin. I am talking about Vanilla Caramello, and oh my god, to say that I was simply waiting for this perfume to launch is going to be understatement of this year because I love the whole vanilla family that Plum BodyLovin has going on with vanilla vibes and smoking vanilla already in there, and the fact that Vanilla Caramello was earlier a body lotion that I've been obsessed with, so I needed this perfume in my life, and I have to say that this did not disappoint at all. I love this gourmand fragrance so much. It makes me feel like I've just walked into this pastry that's just warm with vanilla, but then there's caramel and a little bit of pistachio and sea salt and whatnot. This is such a beautiful fragrance and it lasts for so long, you guys. All Plum BodyLovin fragrances last for a really nice amount of time, but if you want to make it extra long lasting, you can pair it with the body lotion that they already have and you will smell good all night, all day. But this is great for people who love a little bit of sweetness but with a little added saltiness to their perfume without it being too spicy. I know a lot of people are not like the most spicy people out there, so this is great if you just want something sweet and salty without adding spicy mix to it. This just smells so good, you guys. You have to get it, and of course just get the body lotion with it as well because I know you will end up falling in love with it. Listen, this video will be incomplete if I don't talk about the Smokin vanilla perfume. I know I've talked about Smokin vanilla so many times, and I've finished a couple of these Smokin vanilla travel size perfume bottles as well because that's how much I love it. This is such a beautiful perfume, and this is right up my alley with ambers and musks mixed in with vanilla because you get that warmth, you get that spicy cake. It's deep, dark, sensual. It's perfect for date nights. It just makes me feel so, in my element and in my mood. This is also going to be a great perfume for the upcoming winter season because this is just going to make you feel warm and fuzzy and spicy and all of those good things together. And again, this is super, super long lasting. And right now they don't have a lotion in this variant, but I think I need that in my life. But you can always just mix it up with their vanilla vibes because the base is similar with vanilla going on. So you can mix that in and again you will smell good all day, all night, even though you don't really need to do that. Just spritz this on your pulse points and this will last you for 12 plus hours easily. Their perfumes are just top-notch quality, and at the price that you're getting them at, so good. Plus the packaging is also really cute. I think I didn't give the packaging the moment that it requires because it's such a cute packaging. You can keep it on your vanity and just feel good about it. Overall, I just have to say that all Plum BodyLovin perfumes are, thumbs up from my side, but these two especially have my heart, and you can get them on plumgoodness.com or at Nykaa, wherever it is that you prefer to shop, but you need to get them if you want to smell like luxury. Trust me, whenever you wear these, everyone's gonna ask you what perfume are you wearing, and then it's gonna be your choice whether you want to gatekeep or not. I'm not gonna be gatekeeping. These are my top two picks right now, and I feel like they will be yours as well. Moving on to some other great perfumes, I have Smooch Nude EDP from So Fragrance with me right here. First of all, I have to start off by saying I love how fun this packaging is because it's in the shape of lips, and then the range is called Smooch. It's a very playful thing to have here. But let's move on to the fragrance because I know that's what you're here for. Now, this fragrance, it's honestly really unique because it opens up with peppers, and that's not generally a note that you get in affordable perfume so much because peppers are very, very difficult to play along with. And then it has a base of florals, like a lot of florals. So you get roses in there, a little bit of heliotrope, violets, and a lot of different complex florals. And then it wears down to this beautiful vanilla musky fragrance. So it has a lot of complex fragrances and notes layered together that make you smell so good, so unique, just how the brand name suggests. But I really, really like this perfume and I enjoy wearing it a lot. It's pretty long lasting as well, but the packaging, as quirky as it is, sometimes can get a little messy because when you spray it, there's a lot of perfume that actually gets left on the packaging. So yeah, I I would like the nozzle to be shifted. That's just a little tiny feedback that I have. Other than that, I really like this perfume and I really like how this smells. Now, if you know my fragrance preferences, you would know that I'm not a fruity kind of a girl. I find it too sweet and nauseating. But citruses, they're a different ballgame altogether. And that's why I wasn't surprised when I fell in love with Celeste by Skin by Titan, because oh my god, this is the citrus perfume of my dreams. It's so beautiful because it has so many different citruses layered in there. Now, I had a sample size of this one lying at my home for I don't even know how long, but one random day I used it. I got obsessed and I was like, I need to buy a bigger size. So I bought this, which I realized is still not the full size, so I will be buying that once I finish this one up. This is a travel size that they have, which I love. I love when companies offer discovery sets, travel sizes, because it always gives you an idea of whether or not you want to invest all of your money into a perfume. But coming back to this perfume, this has mandarin, this has oranges, it has ginger, it has so many beautiful citruses in there that would make you feel so refreshed. But then it also has a base of vanilla and amber that would just ground you down. I need to smell this again on me because it's such a beautiful pick me up fragrance. It's great if you want to feel refreshed, if you have like a long tiring day of work ahead of you. You can just spritz this to just, wake yourself up. There's also jasmine in there. Jasmine is such a big pick me for me because I feel like it's the most refreshing floral fragrance you can find out there, and they have just nailed this fragrance. It's such a beautiful one. If you like refreshing fragrances on you but you still want it to be complex and luxurious, you need to get this. Another discovery set that I recently tried comes from Bombay. It's called Perfumes Sutra, and it's actually a perfume trio, and I ended up falling in love with one fragrance more than the other two. It's called Maya. First of all, how cute is that packaging? But let's get to the fragrance because I know that's what you're here for, and this is going to be a citrus lover's dream. It's like citrus getting married to a warm beach day. That's what this feels like. So maybe think about Amalfi Coast and how it's lined with these lemon trees. This is that perfume because this is not overly zesty. It's balanced very well with the fragrance of sea salt and sea breeze. It's just so beautiful. It has that nice amount of upliftment going on, but not too much, just the perfect amount, just the perfect sprinklage of sea salt in there as well to balance all of it off. And there's just the tiniest amount of sweetness, to make it all very, very pleasant for the nose. It's such a beautiful, well-laid and complex perfume. I wasn't expecting it. I truly wasn't because of the price point you get it at, but this one has me amazed. Continuing with my love for discovery sets and zesty perfumes, I have this one by Pure Sense with me right here. This comes from their Bar Tales kit, which has 4 different fragrances in there, all inspired by cocktails, but I have my favorite one with me right here, Cosmopolitan, just like the cocktail out there, because this is so refreshing and uplifting. I am talking about the fragrance now and not the cocktail, but this has a lot of zesty citrusy notes in there, because come to think of it, you do burn like an orange peel in a Cosmopolitan, but then it does have this oriental musky touch to itself as well, which just grounds you so nicely. It's a little spicy, but it's more sweet and zesty. It's such a complex, well-layered perfume, and Pure Sense is pretty underrated, I feel like, when it comes to their fragrances. I haven't talked about Pure Sense since a while, but I don't think it gets the hype that it deserves. This is such a beautiful perfume, and it's so different from what you generally get when you think about like drink-based perfumes, because generally all of them are pretty sweet and fruity and all of that, while this one gives you a little bit of spice, a little bit of musk, and a whole lot of citruses. If you're my age or older, which is going to be 3 decades pretty soon, then let me take you on a nostalgic trip, because the next perfume I have comes from Yardley. This is their Flowerazzi variant, and oh my god, Yardley was such a big thing for me while growing up. I loved their fragrances. I actually still have a lot of their talcum powders with me because I love the fragrance so much, but they have sort of reinvented their perfumes to make them a little bit more complex, because earlier their fragrances were more simple, more massy, but now they have, more niche, more well-layered perfumes, and that is amazing because I love Yardley. I had forgotten about it for a while, but now I am back. I am back, baby. So let's talk about this perfume. Now, this perfume again is a great mix of citrus and florals, and you smell a lot of magnolia in there, but the citrus just balances out so well. And magnolia is not a fragrance that you get generally out there when you talk about florals in a perfume in an affordable category. It's generally more like jasmine or rose, and not that there's anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I love those fragrances. I'm just saying magnolia is not something you get very easily, and this one gives that to you, and this is pretty long lasting as well. As I said, Yardley was a big thing while growing up, and I think Yardley is going to be a big thing while growing old now. So yeah, I really love this perfume and this fragrance. It's so good, but it's very gentle on the nose. It's not something overpowering or nauseating. So if you're someone who does not like very strong fragrances, or fragrances give you migraines, then this is going to be a nice option because it's very subtle while being very classy and elegant. It's very subtle at the same time. Next up, I have a fragrance that I had a very different expectations from just because of its name. I am talking about Overose by Carlton, London, and because the name said Overose, I felt like this is going to be a rose-based perfume, but there is not even one rose to be seen, not even in the distance. Now, this one has heavy notes of jasmine, like jasmine literally slaps you in the face as soon as you apply this in all the best possible ways. But then it also has a sweetness of plum, like a tart sweetness that a plum can lend. And you guys know me, I'm generally not a fruity person, but plum has that tart sweetiness that's not nauseating or overpowering, and when blended in with jasmine, so good. And that's what I meant, like mixing complex notes that you generally won't, like I won't think of plums and jasmine together in this lifetime if not for this perfume. And once you smell this, you will understand what I'm saying, because it's so fruity in a nice way, like a tartness is there, a little bit of sweetness is there, but then jasmine comes into play, and it just wears so well on the body all day, all night. It's such a beautiful perfume. I just wish that the name wasn't Over Rose. Like, I feel like it should have been called something else, like Over Jasmine or Over Plum or Too Plumbed or Plumber or something of that sorts. Moving on to another unique combination I want to share with you guys. I have Seher from House of Pataudi, and I had no clue House of Pataudi was doing fragrances. So as soon as I saw this, I knew I wanted to try it out to just see what it was like. And oh my god, this surprised me so beautifully, because this has a blend of saffron and vanilla in there. Like, it's so oriental yet so warm and sweet at the same time. It smells so good, and that mist is super fine as well. It just smells so good, and it wears really nicely on the body as well. Like, there's a little bit of fruitiness in there, but again, not the nauseating type. But the saffron's warmth comes through, then it cuts through that vanilla notes and all of that. It's just so beautiful, and as I said, it wears really nicely on the body. The warmth fades out to this sweetness of vanilla, which is not overly sweet. And again, it's a very elegant, sophisticated fragrance that's very subtle at the same time. Like, it's not overpowering. It's not something that, you know, you can smell from 10 miles away, which even though I love that, but I know again a lot of people love more subtle fragrances. So this is going to be a great choice if you're that kind of a fragrance lover. Listen, I can't do a fragrance video and not talk about an oud. Oud has to be one of my top notes out there alongside opiums, vanillas, ambers and musk. So I had to give you a great oud recommendation. Now I know oud is a more Middle Eastern fragrance, but I really wish more Indian brands kind of explored it a little bit more. But I'm so glad that I have this recommendation for you guys that comes from Earth Poetry. I recently discovered this brand and I'm obsessed with this perfume because how beautifully layered it is. Now generally speaking, oud can be very monodirectional when it comes to the fragrance notes. It's generally very musky, woody, ambery, and that is it. But this one has a little bit of sweetness in there. It has a floral sweetness in there that just gives it the complexity that this perfume requires. And oh my god, it is so beautiful. Now I know oud is overwhelming for a lot of people, and if you've never tried it and you want like an entrant level oud perfume, then this one has to be it, because it just is so much more comfortable on the nostrils. It's not as strong as a general oud is because of the floral sweetness that's in here that just balances everything out, balances that spice, that woodiness out. It's so nice, it's so beautiful. It's a very subtle version of an oud out there. It's a very, very beautiful perfume, and I cannot wait to try out more perfumes from Earth Poetry, because if this is the standard, if this is the complexity they're offering, then I'm here for it. And with that, I'm done with this recommendation list and this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful, and if you did, then don't forget to comment and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. Also, let me know your favorite affordable perfume down in the comment section, because if you want a part 2, then I need to know what you love to wear that's also light on the pocket. But that's gonna be it. As I said, I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care and keep smelling good. I love you all so much. Mwah. Bye.